So welcome to today's class. This is part 3 of our scenario-based class today. We had part 1 where we learned how to do some animations and interactivity on PowerPoint. We also learned how to create our storyboard for a scenario-based course. In part 2, we learned how to get assets from PowerPoint, and we learned the situations where we should use scenario-based course, how to engage our subject matter experts to know how to get the right content out of them based on the business goals, based on the learning goals, based on the learning gap of the learners. Every course created has to be learner-centered. And we also learned how to create, the master slide for a scenario-based course. The master slide entails having your background, having your assets like the characters, knowing how to, put in your text and all that. So today we are going to create our course on Genially. I'm going to teach us how to get assets also from Canva. PowerPoint is not the only place we can get assets from. And, the interesting thing about Canva is it's free. With the free account, you can get great assets, your background, and how to import it to either PowerPoint, Articulate, Genially, any authoring tool that you want to use to create your course. We're going to learn that today. And we're going to, create our scenario-based course today. And I hope we're really, really excited about this. So, I want you to tell me in the chat right now, which of the classes did you attend before now? Did you attend part 1 and part 2, or is it just part 1 or just part 2? And if you have done any, if you have listened to any replay as well, even if you didn't attend the class, just put in that you have done either class 1 or part 1 or part 2 or both. Please, let's do that in the chat right now. Let's do that in the chat right now. Okay, Philip says this is his first time of being here. Okay, that's great. When did you join the group?
I joined last week.
Sorry, can you speak up?
I joined last week.
Last week. Oh, okay. Okay, usually in the group we put information that we should watch part 1 and part 2 before coming, but it's not too late. What experience do you have in e-learning? Do you have any experience at all, or are you a newbie?
Yes, the only experience I have was from a bootcamp I attended. So we were taught Articulate storyline and how to use it. So that's the experience I have, how to create. I've been able to create a simple course.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So you're definitely not going to find it hard. So what I'll do after the class, Jonathan is going to put in the group, or Jonathan, you can just put it now, even during the class when you're free, to remind people to, no, let's not do it now, not to confuse people. After the class, we're going to remind people of part 1 and part 2. We'll put the link in the group so that you can, just go through the classes and have an idea of what we've done. And then that will help you to, but I think you are not going to have issues because you already have experience creating courses. So let's see, one moment. So Jonathan said he has attended parts 1 and 2. Great. Olama has attended parts 1 and 2. Temi Tokwe Babatunde, this is your first time. Temi Tokwe, what experience do you have in e-learning? You can unmute yourself.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I can develop courses using Articulate storyline, and I also can also work with PowerPoint as well.
Oh, great, great. So definitely both of you are not going to find this class hard. One of the things we're going to, after this scenario-based class, the next topic we are going to move into is how to use Articulate, because Articulate is the authoring tool that is globally accepted. It's #1. So if you know how to use Articulate, Rise, and Storyline. I know most people in Nigeria can use Storyline, but and most people can use Rise. But Storyline is the one that is, it's a bit more complex. But if you have a good understanding of PowerPoint, you'll be able to use it. When you have that skill, it's going to give you the opportunity to do your freelancing. For example, go on Upwork or Fiverr or freelancer.com. All these freelancing, learning design, freelancing platforms, and bid for jobs. See people ask for help to create courses, and you'll be able to make extra money. And the great thing also is in your organization, you'll be able to make more impact. So we are starting Storyline from next month, and I hope we're excited about that. So let's get into today's class. Give me a moment. I'm going to pause the recording. So Olaman, Jonathan, can you let me know if you have been able to create your storyboard and your master slide and you got your assets from PowerPoint? If you're able to do that, can you tell me in the chat so that I will know what issues we need to work on before I share my screen? Okay, Jonathan worked on the 2 assignments. Great. What about you, Olama? And do you have any challenge that you would like us to talk about before we move to today's class? Okay, Olama too did. Okay. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Give me a moment to share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Not yet.
Okay, one moment. How many of us can use Canva here?
I can.
Okay, Olamaka, what about you, Jonathan?
No, I can't.
You
I
can't
can't
use
hear.
Canva. Okay. What about Temitope, Adetomiwa, and Philip?
I can't see yours. I can't.
Okay. Canva is a very simple tool, even much. Okay, I'm glad I'm touching on Canva today. So, one moment. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I'll need us to go to canva.com. Are we able to practice as we do? I mean, that's the best way to learn.
Yes, but
Okay, good. So I'm going to share my screen. I'll put in the chat now the okay. Are you able to see my screen showing canva.com?
yes, I can now.
Okay. So
Yeah.
a moment. So we can see Canva. So let's go to canva.com and sign up with your email. I mean, it's very, very simple to do. So I'll put in the chat now. For those of us that don't know Canva, I mean, I can't believe that there's anyone that doesn't know Canva. Canva is a tool that you can use for presentation. You can use it to make flyers, so many things that you can do with it. And it's so simple and free to use. I mean, the free account is very, very simple and easy to use. So if you can see in the chat, I put canva.com. You want to go there. So you need to sign, if you don't have a Canva account already, you need to sign up with your email password, and that's it. It's just like creating an email. Please let me know once you've done that so that I can go ahead. So what we want to do today is for those of us that already create courses and those of us that are just starting to create courses, we know what it means to have a background when you're creating your courses, and the assets are the characters, all the items that you use in creating your course. And am I recording? Okay, yeah. So if you're on canva.com, please type yes in the chat. I want to carry everybody along as much as possible. Please type in the chat if you're on canva.com. Okay, Timitope, yes. Olama, yes. I need at least 50% yeses. Okay, yes. One more person. Okay, Philip, by saying done, you mean yes, right? Okay, yeah. So I need yes from one more person that I'll know we're on course. So once you're on canva.com, as you're seeing on my screen, like I said, there are so many things you can create on Canva. You come up here where my cursor is in the home section. You can see different things that you can create for you. If you want to create a document, whiteboard, presentation, social media, videos, website, you can create a website on Canva. I just clicked on more now and more things opened up. Infographics, graphs, book cover. I don't know if anybody has heard about people creating ebooks on Canva. You can do that. You can create so many things. Canva is a tool that you must have. Mind mapping, even creating your storyboard. This is where you create. And for those of us that said you've been creating courses and you learned something at a boot camp, I need you to, I'm sure you guys know the importance of creating your content based on learners' need, creating your action mapping and all of those things, and having your content before you start thinking of the technology of what you used to create. So we learned how to create, the importance of creating your storyboard. You can do that here. Zoom, background, calendar, posters, worksheet, report, planner. I don't know if any one of you have heard about. Oh, Olama said my screen seems to be frozen. Is that the same? Is that the experience everyone is having? Can we all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but I don't know if you are making attempts to show different things on your screen, or it is just where it is right now, where you have the project rules and all.
Oh, what you are seeing is project rules.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for that. I'm supposed to show something else. Okay, I'm going to pick another page. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, thank you for that. So that shows you're following. So that's another Canva page. Okay, so sorry. So here you should be able to see something different now. Yeah. Can you see something different now? I'm still on
Yes, please.
Canva. Okay, good.
Templates and all.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me start again then. Thank you for pointing that out. So once you're on Canva, it brings you to your home. In your home, you see the different things you can do. If you want to have a free plan is what you're going to subscribe for. If you want to have a pro plan, you can. If you want to use Canva with your team, let's say, for example, Grace and Olama belong to the same team, and you both have your different Canva accounts, you can actually collaborate on your design by sharing with each other. And then you need to have a team account, you know. There are different things. There is, for those of us that are teachers, Ade told me what there are resources here for teachers to use Canva, teachers and school students, teaching resources, LMS integration, case studies, higher education. There are ways that you can integrate Canva with your own. If your organization has a learning management system, this is also for those of us working in corporates, you can integrate Canva into it. And of course, before you start getting to the point of how to integrate Canva to your LMS, you need to even understand how to use Canva. So there are different things to consider. Then in terms of design, if you come to this place, try something new. Create top designs under Learn. You can see the designs that you can create: logo, flyer, banner, collage, poster, resume. You know, you can do a Canva, you can design a school, different things. Just play around it, open different things and see what you can do with them. And there are a lot of free resources on YouTube. If there's anything you want to be able to do with Canva, just go on YouTube, how to create whatever you want to create with Canva. You see a simple video that will teach you what to do. There are so many things. You can create Zoom background, calendar, poster, worksheet, report planner, comic strip, proposals, organizer, even YouTube intros, ebook. If you want to create an ebook, a lesson plan, there are different templates. You have a program, and then you can also, if you want to create a flyer, you can tailor your flyer to either the different social media platforms, right? Facebook, Instagram, there are different one of them. You can tailor your design to the social media that you want to create for. There are different templates, you know. If you scroll down, you see them for graphs, book cover, different things. There are quite a lot of them. Just play around. But what we are going to be doing today, that brings us to this. I'll take us to presentation. There's something I just want to get from there. So if you can't find a particular topic, you can just come to search presentation. What you are going to be seeing will be different from mine, because what I have showing here are based on the things that I've done before. It's going to be suggesting things based on what you've done before, but just play around. So under presentation, I've just clicked on presentation now. And it has just brought me to different presentations. See all these templates that I can work with. Some of them, when you click on them, they are they're the ones that you can only use if you're using a pro account. And there are some of them that you can only use them if you can use them if your account is free. So these are presentation templates. The one that I want to use is brown. Okay, let me just click on, okay, this. So if you see, I'm trying to choose this one that says pitch deck. You can see at the right bottom corner, it says pro. So that's how you know what you can use and what you cannot use free, you know. Let's click on this one. This one doesn't have that. So I'll click on this and it brings me here for me to see all the different templates under that. So you can have the opportunity to look at the template. Does it work with what you want to do? This is like, for example, you want to create a course now. Creative project, you can edit the topic. This is introduction, our story, and you can also use this for a presentation. For example, you want to deliver a presentation, or you want to facilitate a class, or even if you want to create an e-course, these are things that you can use. So I'm going to choose this and click on custom. Okay, I'm trying to look for the other one that I had displayed before. Okay, I'm going to search it. I have a particular one that I want to use. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. You can choose any one. Okay, let's choose this one. Then customize this template. That way you can, it will bring you to a place where you can now choose. Do I have a message waiting for me? Okay. So if we remember, this is showing only one page. So what I'm going to do here, if you click on this left side, you'll see all the other pages showing. So if you want them, so this gives you the opportunity to select which page you want. So for example, if I click on this plus, it has added a page, then I can go and click on what I want to add to it. I just clicked on introduction now. The next one, I've clicked on plus to open another blank page, our story. Another one, what we want to convey. All right. So what I want to teach us today is how to import things from Canva and have them as one item. For example, if you click on these emotions, now you can see that this blue box, I can move it. But if I decide to save this page, now it's going to, if I save it as PDF, usually when you come to share, you click on download. You have the opportunity to choose what format you want to save it with. Is it PDF? Is it PNG as a picture? And then there's what you have PowerPoint to PPTX. The reason we are using PowerPoint formats to save is so that it can import it to PowerPoint for us, and then we can save each of these items as one item. But for those of us that have attended the former class, when we're creating our master slide and the items that we have on them, it's easier to create your course and have the different items one after the other, to be able to manipulate them either on Articulate or any other authoring tool that you're using. When you have it saved as one item. I'm going to open another one here that has a picture. Imagine you want to use this picture now. If you save this as PNG, it's going to come out like a slide, just one slide, and you can't take each object. So I'm going to go back and search for the actual one that I used earlier. It has some elements that I really like. Brown, colorful. Okay, great. So I like some items in this. For example, I like this page. Oh, is that this? It's not this one. Brown, colorful, doodle, cute. No, it's not this one. Okay, that's it. Yeah. So I like this. I like this one. I like this page. I like this one because, for example, if I want to create a course now and I want people to click on different topics and it will take them to the page. I like this, these elements here, the way they are. I also like this one that says project. the project. I like this one that says the team. I like, different items here. But I'm going to choose just a few ones. References. 1 minute. I'm going to take us to another page now. Project rules, yeah. Please let me know what you can see.
The project, there are actually 2 screens. Okay, you took that
Okay,
out.
so I'm going to, okay, this one. Can you see the one that says project rules?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. So that a few items that I want to choose, I want to use this one that says creative project. I want to use this one that says the project. I want to use this one that says objective, and I want to use this one that says project rule, and then the method. So I like all the items. If you click on all the items, this arrow, I like the way it points to one place. I like the method. I like, these stars. You can choose the background. You can use all of them as one. If I save this now as, for example, let's come to download PDF. We all know what PDF is. If I choose PNG, that's another format, or JPEG, those are like pictures. It will have everything as a picture, so I can't choose each item on its own. Then, but if I choose PowerPoint, each item like this will be able to come off. So let's just download only this one. I'm downloading all 5. If I want to download all 5 at a time, I'll come download all pages. You have to choose PPTX here. Can we see what I'm showing us? Choose PPTX, and then you download. When you download like that, and then you go to your file where your downloads usually come, where your downloads usually go to. For me, this is the place. And I'm going to open it now. It's now a PowerPoint slide. I'm going to open it for us to see in PowerPoint. Can we all see my PowerPoint slide? Can you see my PowerPoint slide? Can we still hear me? The chat says, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay, good. So now we are no more in Canva. We are in PowerPoint.
Yes.
Okay, great. We are no more in Canva. We're in PowerPoint. As you can see, each of the items.
Sorry, it's Canva, I can see you.
Oh, you can still see Canva. Okay, good. Let me go back. It's going to look a bit like what we had in Canva.
We can see it now.
Okay, you can see PowerPoint now. So the way you know,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it looks a bit similar to PowerPoint, but I mean to Canva, but you can see how PowerPoint is. You can see the PowerPoint logo on the left side here. That's how you know you're on PowerPoint. So what I want to point out now is that all these items, you can see them, each one of them separate. Because the idea is we cannot create a course in PowerPoint, and well, we can have some interactivity though, but let me see if my animation is activated. So depending on the what you subscribed for on PowerPoint, your triggers may not work. For me, my triggers are not working. I'm still finding a way to sort that out. But a lot of authoring tools like Articulates that I can use triggers and all. So today we're going to be using Genially. So if you look at this now, it's on its own, right? If you look at this, it's on its own. This is on its own. So we're going to, let's say I want to save this item to be able to use somewhere else. I'll just click on it. Meanwhile, the text is not highlighted, just the shape. You right click on it and save it as a picture. Save it as a picture. What name can I give it? This is going to be the menu. I want to use it for menu. Let's say menu shape. I mean, it's good for you to name your assets based on what you want to use them for, just to help your work, to make your work easier. So I'm coming to objective too. I want to be able to use, this particular shape and with all the effects, it has some green stuff. If you want to change the color, this one's color, I don't think we can shape format. Let's see. Okay, you can't change the color. So you save it, right click. Wait, I think it might be shape fill. No, you can't. So right click on this shape and save as picture. This one is for my objectives. So I'll say objective shape. I just need one. I don't need to save the two. And then depending on what you are using, you might be able to just copy it from here and go and paste. I like this arrow. I'm going to save it. Save as picture. Arrow. I mean, if I wanted to change the color of this arrow, I could change it. Let me see if it's possible here. Okay, so that's the background. Shape outline. Let me see. So this is giving me the opportunity to change the color of the background of the arrow. So what you would have done before coming here is to change that color on Canva. If you don't want the color to be orange, you would change that color on Canva. Let's say, for example, all these assets that we imported here now, you have your own different color theme. Make sure you change those colors on Canva before you import here. Because I know it looks like some things can be changed here, some can't be changed. This shape now is like a star. Let me see if we can change the color. So it's only the background that we have the opportunity to change the color. So you want to do that on Canva. Okay, but this one should be changeable. Let's see. Yeah, that is changeable. So these are things that you just have to play around with different things and see what you like. Okay, if you like this text, I mean, that's another thing, all these shapes. So does anyone have a question before we move to something else? What I've just showed you is how to bring assets from Canva to PowerPoint and then be able to save them as pictures to use in an authoring tool. For example, I like this background, this brown background that looks like rustic. I'm going to save it as well. You right click on it, save as picture. I'm going to write rustic background. Or is it wooden background? It's not really rustic, wooden background. So I'm going to try and use them where we are going. We're going to use Genially and then. So does anybody have any question from what we have just learned? What we have learned is how to get background, assets, pictures, shapes that you like from Canva and import them to PowerPoint so that you can save them each as items that you can use in your authoring tool. Does anyone have any question before we move to the next thing on the agenda? Okay. Any question, please? Can you hear me?
Yes. So I wanted to know the name of the template you copied.
Okay, this particular template, let me go back to Canva. So there are different ones that you can use. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there it is. Can you see my, so this one is called Brown Colorful Doodle Cute. But if you notice, before I got to that point, there were quite a number of different ones too. If you go back with this arrow, you're going to see, you can see them here. Okay, the name I first typed was White Creative Doodle. White Creative Doodle, and I have all these different options that I can choose from. So when there's one here, this one is green in color. So when you click on it, it will now open on this left side, all the pages which you can now, let me add a new page on the right. And, if you click on one now, it comes there. If you click on another, it changes to it. Can you see today's agenda? Imagine you teach children and you want to create a slide that looks really nice like this. Even for your normal slides, instead of just going to PowerPoint, you can come and use things like this. But if you choose one and you want to choose another slide, you have to click on plus on the right side before you go and click on another template. If not, it will keep changing it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
Introduction, portfolio. Do you understand what I just explained now? As I'm on, if you look at my presentation tiles on the right here, you can see 1 to 7. I'm on 7. If I come to the left where they wrote apply all 14 pages, if you want all 14 pages, just click, it will give them to you. Or if you just want to choose, for example, if I click on projects, I'm still on slide 7. If I click on today's agenda, it will change to it. Do you understand? If I click on
Yes.
changes, do you understand?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay, so if you now if you want to add an extra page, you have to click on add page on this right, this bottom side of the right side, so that you can add another page.
Okay.
There's summary, yeah. So if you want another one, you can see this arrow that goes back now. You can go back. You see other options. Another one here says portfolio. When you put your cursor on it, it will start changing to show you all the different pages before you click. So there are different options that you can choose based on what you want. Who just asked that question? Philip, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm sure you already find this very interesting. If you already create courses, you know the importance of having designs that are already, put in place for you. Yes. And the amazing thing is you can just pick each one of these, things to use. Adetomiwa, is Adetomiwa still here? I think I saw Adetomiwa here. She's a teacher.
I'm still here, ma'am.
Okay, great. So do you use slides for your students in class?
No, but with this I'm seeing, I'm loving it already.
Yes, you can see there are things that are very colorful that you can use for children, and it's very free. So
Yeah.
it's free. There are free options and there are pro options that you won't be able to use. but the free options, and the good thing is you can change the color. For example, okay, I was saying something that before you import to PowerPoint, change the color. For example, this shape now, where is it? Yeah. This shape, if I click on it, click, it's supposed to show me where I can change the color. Summary, no, it's this one. Edit photo. It looks like I can't change this particular one. It looks like it's a picture. Or this, okay, when you can change the color, something appears here. You can see color. And then it takes you here to choose your color. If the color you want is not here, click on plus. And then as as it is with other design tools, you can choose different colors here. So any other question about Canva? And like I said, there are different things you can do. You want to create something on for social media. I'll go back home now and just shows that again. For example, if you want to create something for social media, all you need to do is come to search here. Search, let's do flyer. You can see event flyer, business flyer, school flyer, flyer, landscape. Just choose different ones. Let's say, for example, it's an event flyer. You can see fundraising flyer, how to overcome obstacles, different ones, and you can just edit them. So that's enough with Canva. So the next thing I want us to do, let's just go straight into creating the course because of time. Someone is in the waiting room. Olama and Jonathan.
Admitted.
Okay, great. So let's go to Genially is another software you need to download. So Genially has a lot of interactivity. It makes interactivity easy. Honestly, I prefer it to articulate Rise. When we get there, you see how interactive it is. So where are you? Genially. So I'm going to put the link in the chat for you to log in or sign up. In the chat. Let's try this. So let's click on that link, genially.com. Let me know when you're there. Sign up. The free version is also very, very useful. Genially.com. That's another interesting tool. So I think what I'm going to do is to ask someone to share their screen. And let's see where you are. Are we all there? Let me know if you're there.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Have you signed in? Can you share your screen?
Okay.
Wait, give me a moment. Let me give opportunity. Let me give privilege for everyone to be able to share their screen. Okay. Can you give it a go now to share your screen? Fantastic. So personalize your experience. That's what I'm seeing here. So how do you want to use a corporate education? Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Just choose one. So I'm doing this because if I use my screen, because I've been using it before, it's not going to start from the beginning. And I'm doing this with someone that is just signing up for all of us to see and follow the instruction. So there's a lot of interactivities. What kind of work do you do? Just put as many, just choose which one, the one that applies to you. What kind of organization? I think they use all these ones for data, training, no. So I hope we are all doing this, please. The work is almost ready, okay. I hope everyone is doing this. Okay, so you can stop here for now. Don't click anything yet. Is everyone here? So what?
Your line is breaking, are you there? Hello, everyone. Can we hear her? Is it just me?
No, I can't hear that too.
I can't hear her as well. I can't hear her.
Okay, so I think it's from her end.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're
Yes.
back. Yes, we can. We
Wow.
lost.
Somehow the internet on my laptop just went off. So I'm using my phone now. Okay, so let's see. Before it comes back, hopefully I will hear me. Okay, it's back. So give me a moment, please.
Recording in progress.
Okay, that's Yes, yes. Okay, great.
Yes.
Okay. So after signing up on Genially, we came here to training material. And then, like I mentioned earlier, you see the ones that are premium. Corporate training module is premium with this gold star. And the one that is not premium will not have that signature core, visual thinking. This one is premium. And the good thing is you can also create from scratch. You can create from scratch by yourself. If you have something you can, if you have something from somewhere, you can import. So we are choosing business learning units. Like I mentioned earlier, we can change the palette color. I like this green. There's orange, too bright for me. Blue, too serious. I like this. So you click on use template. And then it brings us to the templates. So you can see this is page 1. Business learning units. The next page, we can navigate the pages under here. If you want to add a page, you can. If you want to zoom in as you design or zoom out, you do it here. You can navigate between pages here. Page 2, page 3, page 4, So navigation. I'm going to teach us shortly about navigation. And then there is document color. We have them here. Now you can't change these colors, but if you want to change these colors to your own color, you need to have the premium one. But if this is okay by you, but what you'll be able to do is to change these colors one after the other. But if you want to change the general color, you need premium. For example, let's go to page 1. Let's go back to page 1. Page 1. This color, if you click on this green background here, okay, this lemon here, you can see color up here. You can change it to whatever color you want. The background, the white, the text, you can change it to whatever you want here. Let's go to page 2. Now this is navigation page. If I click on this navigation now, you can see the color text. You can change it. Another thing you can do with elements on the page is you can decide the positioning. For example, if I click on this element now, this position up here, if you click on it, it's where it is. If you want it to go to the left corner, you can just do this. Can you see? Top corner, right, These are ways that you can just change things to where you want them, but I'm going to undo by just taking it back to where it was before. If you want it to be in the center, it's actually, okay, it's not in the center, but I did that now. So I'm taking it back to where it was. If you want to layer your items, this is where you layer them. For example, which item do you want to be on topmost layer? This thing called layer, this thing, in the menu, you have to click on an object for all these ones to show. It's when you place your cursor on it, it says put in order. You'll see how that works over time. For example, you have here now, we have this shape, we have the text, we have this picture. At times, editing one of them might be hard because one thing is on top of it. So if you want to layer it to come forward, you just come to put in order. And if you want, this blue shows where it is. It means it's on top. This one is, you have 2 items. If you want it to be at the back, you pick this. I mean, these are things that you have to try out and see how they work. Now, if you want to group items, let's say all these items now, the picture, the text, and all of them, because you have worked on them, you don't want them to be moving about. We all know how to highlight. Once you highlight this thing that looks like the head of a bear or something, it has 3 circles and it has a circle and 3 spheres around it. It's how you group. Once you have grouped it, remember if you said that you lose your interactivity and animation, I'm going to cancel it because all of these things already have, because it's a template, they have the animations and interactivity set already. So if I group them, they're going to lose it. So I'm going to not do that. Can we still hear me? Does anyone have a question? My screen is paused. What's happening? Okay, it's back now. Does anyone have a question? Am I still... No questions yet. Okay, good. I'm going to share again. My screen got paused at a point. Your screen. So there are different things we can do. Now, let's say we have a course, we have a module, and this is your page 1. I want us to see how this particular template works. And if you want to know how it works, we'll come up here where you see upgrade your plan. Then you see your profile and collaborator. You see this thing that looks like an eye. Can we all see it? When I clicking on it is saying preview. It's beside something that looks like graph. Can we all see it? I'll click on it. So that's how you preview this template and see the interactivities that it has. Now this is page 1. If I want to go to the next page, I'm clicking on this arrow. It brings me here. Now navigation is telling us how to navigate the course. Back home, it means if you see this sign, it takes you back to the home page. If you see this, it takes you to the index, back page, next page. Now let's click on back to home. Back to index. Okay, it's not working yet. They have the interactivity is not showing. Next page. Okay, this is something to tell you how to navigate. That if you see all these icons, it's telling you what they do. Now, this particular one on top here should take us home. So home is the page 1. Let's do this arrow back. This is index, where you have all the topics, introduction, objective, blah, 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 and all. I'm going to, and if you want to go to the next page, after index is this, introduction, objectives, and all. So this is unit 1. If you want to show any place where if you want to know any of the items on your screen that is interactive, that can take you somewhere, you come to this hand thing and it will show all the places that are interactive. This is interactive, it takes you somewhere, unit 1. So let's go back to editing. I want us to go to this to see how they created, how to move from one page to the other. For example, this arrow now, if you click on it, the way to know where it's going, this is page 1. You want it to go to the next page, but how do you set that? Let's say you are starting from scratch. How do you set that? When you click on the arrow, you're going to see this thing called edit animation. And you're going to see edit interactivity. Let's click on edit interactivity. When you click on editing interactivity, it comes here. You see different options of what you can do when you click on something. Do you want it to take you to a particular link? You click on this. Do you want it to take you to a particular window, another page entirely? But the one that they chose is, no, it's not a web page. I think they chose, next page will be on window. Is it window? Not window. No, this is not it. There's a way to change it, and it can give you options to go to other pages. Let me click on it again. So it's saying next page. Okay, good. Now, if you come here, you'll see all the pages that are here. I'll go back. When I clicked on the arrow, the interactivity is showing as next page. If you click on that next page, you have the opportunity to, the next page to that current page is this one. So that means when you click on that arrow, it takes you to this page. Now all the pages are showing, as you can see. You have the opportunity to choose any other page to be where the arrow will go to. You just click on it. Do we understand that? I'm going to remove this interactivity now and change it to something else. Okay, no, let me not remove it. Let me put something else. For example, if you come to this left, you can see all the items that you can use, all the resources. If you click on resources, you see pages, shapes, connectors, arrows, different things you can use. Interactive elements, you can see this hand, arrow, different things. Interactive questions, in case you want to set a question, smart blocks, depending on what you want. Now, I want to use an interactive element to explain to you how that was created. I'm going to click on this one. When you click on an interactive element like this, it is already on the page. It will now give you, this was what I was trying to show. It shows you all the options of what you can do with it. Go to page was the option that one gave us. Now, we can now choose which page we want it to go to. Let's say I choose this unit 1, for example, and save. I'm coming back here. If I'm moving it out of where it is, you can see it's edit interactivities telling me what I chose, and that's it. If I go to preview now, and I click on this circle, it's going to take me to that page that I chose. Do we understand? Does anyone understand what I just did?
Yeah, so it works like a trigger now.
What did you say? Hello, what did you say?
I see. So
I
it works
want
like
to choose a way. You are breaking up. I can't hear you. So I've just chosen another interactive element and it can add interactivity, all this come up. If I want a window, let's say for example, there's a picture and you want to click on it and let an information just come up the screen, you choose this window. Now there are templates for window. For example, I'm going to choose blank, it's plain. Edit it. Let's say there's an information that I want people to get here. I'm going to choose a resource here. I'll choose this background on it. Okay, I'm going to choose text and write so really it doesn't matter what I write. So when I click on this text now, I want to change the color to white. Is that white? White is let's choose this one. Yeah. No, I want white. That's white. So not I'm going to choose black. I don't know why it's not responding. Let me change the color of this background to this one. Yeah. And then the text. I need that text to be white. I don't know why it's not changing to white. Color. No. It's a simple thing. I don't want to, okay, let's choose the yellow that is there. I don't know why it's not coming up. Okay, good. It's now responded. I want to change the size. I want it to be big. What will happen is if I click on that page, on this one, let's go to preview. I think it's the eye. It brings out, this one is useful for when you have different elements. Let's say you are trying, let's say in a science class, or you're trying to explain different things, and you want people to be able to click on it and something comes up. So basically, it's very simple. You need to just try out if you go down this left pane where we have interactive elements, interactive questions, smart blocks, insert, down is page. If you want to get back to your page, and then you can do your different editing. Now, if we come to page 3, now this is introduction, right? If you click on introduction, you're going to, if you click on add interactivity, there's no, so the interactivity, is it on the shape? Okay, no, it's not going anywhere. Objectives, interactivity. Unit 1. Any interactivity on it? That's when introduction. So that means this are, so this is like your menu page.
So your line is breaking.
It looks like the network has taken her out again.
Yes.
Hello, I'm here. I think there was a glitch on my net. Oh, you didn't hear what I was saying for a bit?
Yes,
Yeah.
it kept breaking after a while.
Yes.
No. Okay, I'm going to mute my laptop and be speaking from my phone. I think that will work. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, good. So
Yes,
I'm using
please.
my phone to talk now, but I'll keep using the screen of my laptop. So if anything happens with the screen, let me know. So do we understand what I've explained? So this is the easiest way for you to learn how to use this Genially. Pick a template. All the interactivities are already there. Then you just fill in the gap. When you learn how to use them, like I said, on this page, now if you click on this arrow, did we hear when I was explaining about this arrow, these arrows, that when you click on this arrow, it's already showed the interactivity that is page 4. This one says page 5. Unit 3 here is page 25.
Screen, ma.
Oh, okay. I need to share my screen again. Okay. So did we hear me up to the point where I was talking about this index, how these arrows will lead you to the page that you want to go to? Did we get it? Or do I need to explain it again?
Please explain again, ma'am.
Okay. Are you on Genially? Because that's the best way to even know. Yeah, yes, Philip, I can now see it works like triggers. So these are your triggers. The interactivities are like triggers. So this is chart. So basically, Philip and Wu, they already have skills in instructional design. So one thing about most of these tools that we use, they work in similar ways. So if you know how to use one, by the time you are trying to use another tool, it's easy for you because you have an idea. And that's why for those of us that don't have any skill in creating courses at all, that was why I took us through lesson one and part one and part two to just teach us a few things. So this is the explanation again. For example, if you look, I've showed us how to use some of these interactivities. Let me go back. Did we understand the part where I was choosing different interactivities? One was to go to another page. Another was to go to open a link. Did we get that?
Please, can you show us again?
What did you say?
Can you please show us again?
Okay, I'll do it again now. So now this is page 1. Okay, so this is page 1. I said, first of all, if you come to this left side where you have resources, interactive elements, interactive questions, these are places that you can pick things from. You know what? Let me work on a blank page. Or, okay, let me add a blank page. Add page. I'm going to choose a blank page and show us first. And then we'll go back to those pages. But honestly, the best way to learn is to use these templates and see how they work. So let's say, for example, I want to add an element, this arrow. You can see this add interactivity just appeared on the right. Well, let's say it did not even appear. If you click on this arrow, you're going to see edit animation or add interactivity. I'm talking about interactivity now. There are different options for your interactivity. The easiest one is page. Let's say you're trying to link from one page to the other. When you click on, because you have already chosen a template, all the pages of the template will show. And then you can click on the one you want. The current page where you are is showing now as current page. Let's say I want to go to the next page. I've chosen next page and I save. If you click on this interactivity, now it's going to tell you where it's going when you click on this element that is here. And the way to test it is you come up here to this preview, this sign like I on the top right corner of the page. If you click on it now, and you want to test it, how it will happen, how it will work when people are using your course. If I click on this arrow now, it's taking me to the next page. Do we understand that?
Yes, yes.
Yes, so I'll go back to edit now. I'm going to add something else and use all the other elements on that, on interactivity. Let's say, for example, let me use a picture this time around. You know, you can import pictures, insert, audio, video, other. I want to insert a picture. Okay, no, so that's inserting image is on its own. That one is on the top of this page. Somewhere, adding image is up. Resource, interactive element, resource. I think I saw add image somewhere. resources, interactive elements, interactive questions, smart box. Oh no. Can you still hear me? Can you still see my page?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, because my internet is telling me that it's reestablishing connection.
Oh, we just lost you. Your screen is you're no longer sharing.
Okay, so my laptop internet just had a glitch again. So I'm going to share my screen again. Wow, so we're making us slow down. Can we see it now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to choose, I wanted to insert a picture. It's audio, video, or the, I think image is usually on its own. This one is for video. Okay, see, it's here now, it's showing image. Image is on the top after text. I want to insert an image. Oh. Okay, it looks like I need to have the Pro account to insert an image. So what I'll do is okay, so, oh, not necessarily. So it's showing images now. I'm going to click on this image now. Show more. Okay, let's say, for example, I have this image and I want to tell you about the names of all these three people. What I'll do is to go to interactive elements and choose, let's see, okay, let's say all of them are saying different things at different times. This looks like a speech mark. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste. I can have 3 of it for each person. Let's say there's there's a discussion going on here and I want you to know what each person is saying. This is just an example. Now I want to mention what this one is saying. I want it to pop out as a page. So when I click on it, this interactivity, this is animation, this is interactivity. I'm going to click on window. The last time we did go to page. Are we following? Now we're going to click on window. Can we still hear me?
Yes.
Can we? Okay, good. So I'll click on window and I'm going to take a blank page. So what I want is to talk about, to say what the one of them is saying. So this is text. I'll choose text. And I'm going to write, my name is Philip. I can make it interesting, this page now. Now, when you click on a shape and it's not working, and it's not highlighted, you need to look at it if it's locked. When this padlock is blue, that means it's locked. The item is locked. At times that happens. If you don't want different items to be moving about on the page, you can lock any one of them. So this white has been locked. I'm going to unlock it so that I can edit it. I want to change the color. So this is position, this is color. I want to change the color to this. And then change this text to white. This happened the other time. Okay, so something that I can see. So I'm going to lock this blue shape back so that it's not moving about. You can secure a particular shape. When you have a lot of things on the screen, you can secure one by clicking on lock. So we'll go back. That's for Philip. For this person, I'll click on this. I want to do for all of them so that we can test. You click on window. Window is the option that you use, blank. It's locked. I'm going to unlock it so that I can edit it. I want to make it consistent. Text. I am Jane. Nice to meet you. So we're going to change this to white. Let's always remember consistency. I don't know why this white is. Okay, so let's go back. Now we want to test. Let's just do for these two and test it. Looks like my screen is frozen again. Can we hear me? Okay, it's back. So if we want to test, we'll go back to this eye screen. If you click on this one, so this can be an information. Let's say, for example, I give an example of a science project now. Let's say you are talking about the solar system. You've put all the planets, you've drawn the shapes. You can do interactivity such that when they click on one, it brings out something to describe that item. We did something similar on PowerPoint the last time, so you can try it out. There you can see. Or if you want it to just be a speech mark that appears on the right, you know, it's up to you. So I'm going to leave this place. So let's give this third one a different type of interactivity. Add interactivity. We have used go to page, we have used window. If you want people to have extra resources and you want to put a link, you just put a link here. When you click on, let's say we want that place to take us to .beccamola.com. Save. If you come here now, can we hear me? Can you see my screen? Seems to be a bit slow. Oh, okay. Wow, it's telling me that the page is not responsive. Anyway, I need to slow down now for the page to respond back. So there's full screen. There's the option of full screen. There's the option of audio. You know, there are different options. I'm going to click, let's go to preview again. So this third person, if you click on it, it takes us to a website. Okay, oh, I typed the link wrongly. Instead of 3 www, I put only 2 w. That's why it's saying can be reached. So do we understand now that aspect of interactivity? I want us to quickly go through animation. Do we understand? So majorly you have to practice. You have to practice, you have to practice, you have to practice. Okay. Can we hear me? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is how to create a course. You have to look at all the different. So now what I've shown you now, they are already done on these templates. You just need to click on each item to see. If I click on this arrow now, it is telling me the interactivity that is going to the next page. But if that is not what I want that arrow to do, I can now change it to something else, okay? So by clicking edit interactivity, then you can decide if you want it to do something else apart from going to a page. If you want it to go to another page, you just click on that next page and it will give you, show you all the other pages that you can change to. Now let's go to other pages. I mean, simply, if you have opened this particular page, now what I want you to do is to go through all the elements. When you click on all the elements, just make sure you are clicking on this I button to see how the interactivity is playing out. It's already there. You're not creating it by yourself. That way, you will learn more how to use the interactivities. And if you now decide that you want to do your own on a blank page, it's up to you. There's something I want to quickly show us, which is from what we did in the scenario-based learning. I mean, this also would help. What we've learned now will help in understanding. What I've just showed us is just a bit about how to use Genially, just one option of it, actually, not everything. So what I wanted to show us on this scenario-based learning so that we can have it so here's a recap of what we did before. Some of these things I plan to quickly show us, but I won't anymore. I mean, my network made us waste a bit, some time. If you want to learn how to write your script for your scenario-based learning, you want to know how to get information from your subject matter experts, creating your scenario storyboard, you need to go back to part 1 and part 2. All the items, all the resources are on Facebook. If you're finding any difficulties navigating the Facebook, reach out on the WhatsApp page and somebody will take you up. I'm going to introduce the team that's going to be leading us and helping us get the best out of this community this coming week. So you can ask me or anybody. So we created we learned how to create a master slide. We learned how to generate our scripts using ChatGPT in part 1. We learned how to create a scenario-based learning storyboard in part 1. Part 2, we created our master slide, getting our background and character. And earlier today, I showed us how to get your background, your characters, your items, your assets from Canva, moving it to PowerPoint, and then saving each item so that you can use anywhere you want. And then the questions and feedback for your scenario-based learning, you would have generated that in your scripts. Then giving instructions so these ones, I want to show us a bit about the interactivity and animation of scenario-based learning. I'll just do that very quickly. So before I move into that, does anyone have any more questions about what we did earlier? Any question? No question? I'd like to hear from you. Any question? Can we still hear me? Okay. Yes, okay. Thank you for that response, Tibitokwe. So, so by saying yes, are you saying yes to having a question or that you can hear me? You can unmute yourself to make your response. Okay, good. So now this is a course that I created, and the topic of the course is event decoration project planning course. I imported you can see I can move this around. This background, I got it from somewhere. So you can get it from Pixabay, free photo online. You can get this starts interactive elements. I got from interactive elements here. You can see the text button and different things that you can choose from interactive elements. I got it from here as a button. And this is that thing. Okay, this is something as resource. Okay, no, I think it was a shape and I put text on it. No. Okay, see this one, text button. There's the blue one. I think I chose this blue one and just changed the color to black. There are other options down there. So that's how I got this one. I changed the text. So next page is page 2. Before I show you how I did it, let me show you how the interactivity works. So now this picture zooming out, that is animation. And this animation this starts moving up and down is animation. So I did this animation so that when my students start the course, they know that the next thing they should click on is start. So that start is calling for their attention. So say, welcome to the event decoration project planning course. In this course, you'll learn how to lead an event decoration project. Then click on start. It takes them to the next page. This picture now shows this guy in his living room. Now there's another window on the left up here with a lady in an office holding a phone. So these are two different scenarios on one page. And the information says, in this scenario, you play the role of a project coordinator, John, who had just received a call to lead an event decoration project. So I just received a call that, okay, we want to give you this job to do, to lead a project. So he's happy because that means money is going to come in for him, right? And I'm still showing the picture of the person that called him. And the next is also calling for our attention, right? I clicked on it. You click on it. Now, the information here says project go. You reported to the office to get the brief of the project. The lead, okay, that was very fast. I was slow because I was explaining to you. So I timed the time that different things will appear for you to read one thing before the other one comes and then you choose. So I'm going to go back and we'll see that happen again. So in this scenario, you play the role of blah, 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 go next. So the first thing that comes up says, you reported to the office to get the brief of the project. The lead project manager here presents you with a checklist to guide you in the task. She assures you not to be anxious as she will help you. So from here, now you can see that went away too fast. That's, that design. So it's either maybe I should have left it there so that they can keep reading. Or if I want it to disappear, I need it to stay for a longer time. So these are feedbacks after you design that you get from whoever you're designing for. So this one says there are two project types available for you to choose from. There's option A and there's option B. So now this is our first point of making choices. If you remember in our scenario-based learning, there are three things. There is the situation, the challenge, the choices, and the consequences. 3 C's. Challenge, consequence, and the challenge, choice, and consequences. Does anybody remember that? So that is what we are doing here in scenario-based. We've already talked about the challenge. You've been called to come and lead a project, blah, blah, blah. Now we are now in the place of making the first choice. Now, if I choose A, this is something pops up. We have learned how to create this for an information to pop up, right? This is a smart choice for your project. The brief is clear and you just need to stick to the customer's requirements to be successful. All the best as you lead your team. Start your learning experience. This is what scenario-based learning is. It makes it look like a story, but you're teaching people things. Now, the first thing that this course now is for somebody that is starting as a project manager or project coordinator. The first thing that I've taught this person now is how to know the project goal. Instead of saying project goal on PowerPoint or on PDF, it's just boring there. This has taken this person through an experience, like a simulation of the real life experience. And it's going to be easy for the person to remember when it's time to do the quizzes. So I choose A. What's happening back? Are we following? I want to go back. Okay, so when you go back, assuming I chose another option that was wrong, it will take me back and I'll start all this. I'll read it. The reason I designed it for you to have to read things all over again so that you don't make the wrong choice again. Now, choice A says, client A wants a memorable and breathtaking decoration done within the budget and scope set by the client. The second one says, client B wants a luxurious ambience with high-end decoration. She wants you to use your imagination to wow her, and budget is not a constraint. There are two options here. This B has not been developed, so it's not going to take you anywhere for now. But A, let's work on A. So it's saying that you have made the right choice. Start your learning experience. So you are here, the brief. Now the brief is calling for attention. Again, you are presented with a brief for this project. If I click on it, it gives me another pop-up that tells me what the brief includes, the type of event, the venue, the theme, the scope, blah, 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 blah. And then you can close it. After you close it, the next thing you have another information to say with somebody's guidance, you are able to select your team members so that you can call or send emails to get them to attend a project kickoff meeting. Now, if you look at this right now, what should be the criteria for choosing your team members? That is another topic on its own, choosing team members. And then instead of writing to choose your team members, this is what you're supposed to consider, and this is what you should not consider. I've created it in form of a quiz for you to start making choices. And then as you make the wrong choice, you get feedback. For example, I'm going to choose option A. When I choose A, it tells me not quite. Focusing on creating a luxurious ambience with high-end decoration may lead to overspending and client dissatisfaction. No, this is not the answer for this. Oh, wait. Okay, that's a wrong. Is that A or B? The brief. What's the option we choose? That's a wrong answer to give. So now it's going to be slow again for you to read everything again so that you get the information, you don't make the wrong answer. So that was a wrong answer to give. Let me choose this one. Okay, this has not been, so this is wrong answer as well. It gives a feedback. The feedback is wrong based on the project. Well, let's go to the third option. The third option is going to be the right one. So let's say, for example, when somebody decides to choose friends that choose friends that need this job to get by. What could be the consequence of choosing your friends instead of see which is the right one? Choose people who can provide valid reference and based on their skills and right attitude to work. So that means you're choosing people to come and work with you. They should be able to give you reference, people that will refer them and say they have good behavior and that they have the right skill and right attitude to work. When we choose that, that is going to tell us that it's correct. Okay? And then the right feedback will come into it. And then you move to the next step. We have dealt with 2 topics now in this. We have dealt with knowing the project goal. We have dealt with choosing the right team. Now, this is your team that you chose. Next. So now the interactivity for these ones, let's go back to edit. So oh, it's going off again. Are we following?
Yes, ma'am.
So based on what I've taught us in this Genially now, do we think we can actually attempt to create a course with a template or even start from scratch? Can anybody attempt it? The internet on my laptop is just acting up today. So the thing about Genially now is it's cloud-based. So you're going to need internet to use it. Okay, you're going to need internet to practice, to use it. So that's one thing about Genially. Canva too, you're going to need internet to work with it. Even PowerPoint now. Olama, what did you say? What did you say yes to?
Asking if we can attempt the generating.
Okay, great.
Yes. That's what
Yes. So I've showed us interactivity as when you click on something, how to click, whether it should go to the next page or whether you want it to pop up. Those are the things that you have seen today. All the other things are like items, like the what's it called? I'll show you now what I'm talking about. Was I even in the right place? Okay. This is just a shape. For example, this is a shape. To get this shape now, let me open an empty page and just show us all these items now. How you can put a page together and then we'll end the class. We've spent over 2 hours. Some of us might be tired already. Let's choose a blank page. Now, what we are going to use are some of the things that we downloaded from Canva today. Okay, I'm going to create a master slide and stuff from so I'm adding it. This is a blank page. Let's say you want to start your introduction page. Now I want to insert inserting images at the top of the page. Above resource, there's image, there's text. So let's click on image. Remember, we downloaded a background. We downloaded some things today. So now this is showing, if you want to get from your computer, you're going to click on computer. So I remember we chose the girl picture, we chose wooden background, arrow, objective, menu, course. No, not that. So I'm choosing all of them once and for all so that we're not going back and forth. They should all land in here. So you can see them, they have appeared on this left side now. Can we all see? They have appeared on this left side. So let's say this girl is my background. I click her and put her on this side. It's just a background. This one, I'm going to make it into small sizes. I did Control C, Control V. So I have, so you also need to be mindful of aligning them. These lines are to guide you to be sure they are on the same line. That's graphic design skills. As an e-learning designer, you need different skills. So now I want to create my menu page. Let's say introduction, blah, blah, blah. So I like this arrow too. This arrow could be, so see how I imported things from a particular place and I'm now using them in a different way. So this, I want to use this one to say, go to next page. Okay, let me leave it the way it was. So I'm going to go to text, choose subtitle. I don't want something big. So my first text will be introduction. I think it's hanging again. Are we following? Is it making sense? We'll just quickly do this page and then I'm going to put it in here. Okay, thank you for that response. Introduction. I want it to be within the box. Now I want it to be one word on a straight line. So it's too big. I'm going to reduce the size to make it fit in. Let's try 24. So that works. Introduction. And I'm also going to add an interactive element at the base. Where is it? Resource interactive element to help take it to show more different types. Is this common one that I like? Okay, let's use this common one. So that's how I want it to look. Let's make it more interesting. That doesn't work. Okay, I'm going to delete these ones to avoid having to edit so much. I'll group this one together. This gives a complete okay, group. I've not added any interactivity yet, so I'm going to now make them so that the alignment of the shape, the alignment of the text, everything is the same. sure you understand what I've done. So now I'm not going to start just editing what is inside, like let's say lesson 1. What to say? So now this lesson 1, I need to align it. So to be able to do that, remember all these shapes, they are all grouped together. So I'm going to have to ungroup it so that I can move one thing. So this one, I'll just use I want it to be in the center. And this introduction is not in the center. I'm ungrouping them now. I'm just editing the text. So lesson 2, let's ungroup. So that way you can edit the text. I mean, design takes time. For you to use all these skills, especially for like, what's it called? If you want to use it for a client, you have to charge. Here in the UK, they charge per hour. But in Nigeria, maybe project, also it can be project based actually. So we have lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. So let's quickly add interactivity to this. This page looks a bit boring. Let me change this background to, let's see, resource. Let me add another layer of page to it. So I'm going to show us something that I did earlier. So I don't want it to fill the entire page. I still want the white to show, right? Now I want to send it to the back of everything that I've done. The first thing, I want it to be centralized. So I'm going to use this position tab. I'll pick the middle one. So it centralizes it for me. Then I want it to go to the back. I'll come to this put in order. This last one takes it to the back. So, and that is also making me see that now this gray is centralized. It's also helping me see that my entire design is not centralized. Okay. This arrow, I don't want it to be outside of the gray. So I'll rearrange that. And then this one, this is not in line with the first one. Okay. This blue line shows that, oh, undo. I forgot that I did not group it back. Oh dear. So I think it's only this one that I need to group it. Do something. So that's the thing about not getting things centralized before. Moving all these items now is voila. Let me just do it manually. Before I mess up too many things. No, it's supposed to be like this, yeah. Okay. I mean, making it look perfect is something that you may have to do on your own. So we have this. So let's add interactivity. Let's say I want this introduction to take people to the next page. Where's our introduction? Let's say our introduction is actually this page. What page is it? It's on page 3. That's introduction. No, introduction comes before. before your index, but it's okay. I want you to go to page 3, Abby. So introduction, if I click on this thing now, you now click on add interactivity, go to page. We'll choose page 3. So that's it. Lesson 1. Now, if we remember when we're learning this thing, I said the first thing I wanted us to know is the, what page is that now? Lesson 1 is this project goal. That's where we made our first choice. And it is on page 6, right? So let's go back to that index page. Lesson 1 will be page 6. Honestly, at this point, I think I need to title them differently. It's okay. You know, you can decide to title it as project goal. It doesn't have to be lesson 1, 2, and 3. That can be project goal. Let me do that straight away now. It's better. Okay. Is anybody trying anything there as we are doing, as I'm teaching you? Because it's good for you to try it as you are learning, so that if you have any question, you can ask me before we leave class. Is there anybody trying anything? Now, lesson 3 is when we chose our team. This is the second scenario of what type of team to choose. That's page 7. Right? We'll go to page 7. So that means our lesson 2. Lesson 2 takes us to page 7. Go to page 7. So you choose page 7. And the last one was when we did team objective. I didn't show you that when that's page 11. Yeah. So I'll show you all this and then we'll call it a day. 2.5 hours. Wow. Have you guys been enjoying the class? Or is it boring? Is there anyone that's been enjoying the class? So this was choosing your team. This one is project objectives. Interesting. Good. Ngozi. Okay, so I'm going to now go to preview. Oh, sorry, one more thing. The arrow. Where do we want this arrow to go to? The arrow should go to the next page. Most of the time, arrows go to the next page. Interactivity. Go to page. So instead of going to choose a page, you just click next page here. Previous page. Go back. You know, it depends on what you want to achieve. So I think we're good. So I'm going to go to preview. Let's see what we have done. So here is what we have just created from scratch. Remember, we went to Canva we got some slides. We copied out some of those templates to PowerPoint, and we saved each item as a picture. Yes, Philip, you have to. So, and then now we're using it on Genially. And another thing about Genially is when you go on Genially, there's a place where you find help. If you want to learn about Genially, you can just go online, or there's a place I'll show you before we leave where you can, you know, there are courses on how to use different things on Genially. So you don't have to wait. You don't have to try and figure it on your head. Just you go to, so let's try what we have done. If we click on this introduction now, see, it brings us back here, right? Now start. So what I think is missing on, okay, let's keep going. Project Go, it takes us to this page that we put on it. I'm going to click on this back. So back takes us to, so when you use back like that, that back, I set it up as previous page. So it will always take you back to where you were coming from. So team choice brings you here, where we talked about the brief, where the person is choosing the brief. And then this comes up. What we did not learn today is animation, but it's very simple. I'll show us where to choose animation, and then team choice, you can see what should be the criteria for choosing your team. And when you choose the right one, it gives you the right answer. We're going back. And then the last one, objective. Did I set anything for this one? Thought I did. I think I didn't. Obviously, it's not giving me any. But the arrow, I remember I did the arrow to take us to the next page. So that is it for today. I'll quickly show us the interactivity. For example, if you want this picture to do any animation, just before this interactivity page, there is animation. There are different options. So there's entrance. If you want it to happen when it's entering, let's choose entrance. When do you want it to happen? Is it when you put mouse on it or when you click? Now this entrance means when it just happens automatic. But if you don't want it to happen automatic, you can decide that, okay, this animation happens when I click. Let's do the automatic one. Currently, it has none. So, and the good thing about this thing is, as you are putting your cursor on the animation, it's going to show you how it works. If I click on focus, it's telling me how it comes up. If I click on zoom, see how it happens? Fade in, turn on, slide, as it comes in, turn on, swirl, bounce. I kind of like this bounce. I'll choose bounce. So that's how, so you can also decide what direction it's coming from. Is it coming from the left side? Is it coming from the right side? Is it coming from down? Is it coming from up? You can see as I'm putting my cursor on those animations, it's telling me how it will work. So it helps you to choose. Let's choose the one coming from right, because I have some other things on the left. It just makes sense. Now you can decide how long it takes for it to come. Do you want it to come in after how many seconds? What speed? Do you want it fast? I've chosen 0.4 now. So let's go. Oh, it has it's bounce that we chose, right? Oh, sorry. I just clicked on this background now. Let me remove it. So that is to show to you that it's not only the picture. You can do animation for all of them based on how you want them to work. This one is the one that I did. Okay, no, I'm not going to do it for this one. So let's preview and then we'll end the class. So I mistakenly put animation on this gray one. So I clicked on gray. I didn't know. So let's look at that again. We can click on this. It takes us to where we want to go and now start. You can see the animation is happening again. So that's animation. We've done animation, we've done interactivity, and if anybody has any question, let me know while I close the class. So the recording for this class is going to be made available. Once it's available, I'm going to share in the group. So what I would like to share with us is that I'll appreciate if we invite more people to the group, people that are in your community that you know can learn from these skills. I mean, you don't have to keep it to yourself. Invite them to the WhatsApp group, invite them to the Facebook group. Facebook group is where we keep all these resources and video recordings, the link to them, because we can't do that on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is where we easily send information to people. We have a LinkedIn page. We have our Instagram page. We have our YouTube channel. So all of this, we share them in the group, every information, and we are planning a boot camp very soon that's going to happen start in March. I'm going to be giving information about this boot camp. If there's anyone that wants to learn more about becoming an instructional designer, if you don't, there's course on LMS administration. There's our free offering in the group is the early webinar, and this online, e-learning development tools that we're going to be doing them on a monthly basis. I'm going to share what our assignment will be so that we'll watch the replay and we can do our assignments, and I'm willing to give us feedback. And one of the things that we're also going to be needing, we need people to volunteer in the group. If you have any e-learning development skill, okay, that you know already and you want to teach people, I'm happy to give you the chance. And when you do that, we're going to acknowledge you on LinkedIn. And you know what that will do for you? It also, puts you out as a subject matter expert, can position you to get a better job. If you have any skill you can teach people, I'm going to be sharing about that. And then we have space for volunteers. We have people that are already volunteering in the membership, community development, and other things like social media management and all that, communications and all that. So we still need people for graphic design. If you want to mentor someone, all of this information I'm going to pass across to us in the group for opportunities for us to volunteer. And when you volunteer, you learn better, you become better. Okay. So does anyone have any question before we end the class? The information about assignments and all will be shared in the group. And please, let's bring in more people to the group to learn, come and learn along with us. We're going to be having a conference in April by God's grace, where we're going to be, one of the focus for this conference is to get L&D leaders in Nigeria, in Africa, to attend these programs. That opportunity, you also find out about job opportunities. And that, talking about job opportunities, I just created a group on WhatsApp that says job opportunity. Please feel free to request to join. We have shared some job opportunities that we saw in Nigeria, so that you can apply for jobs if you already have the skill, or if you don't have the skill, you can start applying, attending interviews to know what is required of you, so that you know what to improve on. So on these notes, come to the end of this class. So if you have any question for me, does anyone have their hands raised? Okay, so Philip said, thank you for providing this opportunity to learn. That he has to watch the recording. Yes. There's so much packed into this class. So if you want to learn more, you need to definitely watch the replay.